Okay, today we're gonna talk about this like futuristic technology. No, I don't know what it is, but it's called the Q-Link Stratus. This is the Stratus model, and that's basically what it looks like. It shows like a little, I don't know, what would you, can you see that in the video or not? SRT. If not, maybe we can just take a photo of it or something. So yeah, you can see the name there, Stratus. This little device might have been a mistake to purchase, but anyway.
Really proud of it, huh?
Has a little cap here. Try to get the cap off. And then you can write on the back. And I just have this battery bank here, battery pack, whatever. Just to plug this in and show you guys. Dee-dee. That's all that happens. Now, once you learn about this, unless you already know about it, you might understand this a little bit more. What kind of effect does this have when I plug it in? You ready, Jinky? Alright, so it might, it would be nice if it had something like that going on. Now, keep in mind, again, this all we're reviewing is this, and I just have this to power it on right now so you guys can see. So this Q-Link device works by SRT, Sympathetic Resonance Technology, and that's what SRT stands for. And like I said, mentioned earlier, it has it on the back over there. They put a little logo or whatever. So, no, you don't have to unplug it.
What is it, this show?
Yeah. Come on now. Okay, anyway. Now,
Well,
before...
see
That's why I said maybe like a photo or something, or just wipe some baby powder or something on there, or like some white paint, that way you can see. Now, every time.
There, it shows.
Okay, congrats. Okay, now before you say this is bullshit, sympathetic resonance isn't something that was just made up. This is a real thing and has been studied by many for many different reasons for decades. I mean, this is something, okay? Now, Q-Link has been around, or was discovered, I believe, in the 1980s and started producing consumer products since the early 90s. And if you were around for this, or, like during like the time when they were really pushing this, like back in the day, you can see some celebrities, and again, this was like kind of like before, in the before time, that were sporting their necklaces from their little Q-Link pendants, and, you can see that on TV or magazines or something like that. So, what is this sympathetic
You can't see it.
resonance?
Do it again.
Damn, it's that low. Basically, sympathetic resonance. Think of it this way: tuning forks, right? And this is the example that everyone gets. That's upside down. You got to read it like that. I don't know if you want to prop it up with something. If you got like a can of Coke or something, just here. You got something like that. It's gonna fall. Anyway. Think of it this way, tuning forks. This is the example that they always give. Now, tuning forks, if you tap it, you'll see it like vibrate, and there's like a certain like tone that comes out from it. What?
You gotta put it in there.
I am not gonna. Anyway, so if you have two tuning forks, you strike one on like a table, and you hold it near the other tuning fork. If it's unstruck, that tuning fork will begin to vibrate at around the same, at the same frequency as the first one that you struck on like a table or something. So that's basically what it is, So if I have a tuning fork and I tap it, and this one's, I didn't, tap it.
What?
When I tap this one, those vibrations will eventually start to vibrate this other tuning fork. And I don't have tuning forks, so just imaginate it. So, according to Q-Link, everything resonates, and this might not be just according to Q-Link, okay? So, everything resonates at its own frequency. People say this can be backed up by what science has shown. I don't know. So, I mean, I didn't study all this, right? So, whatever. So, I'm guessing that this device has a frequency specific to what people supposedly resonate at, or something good, I guess. I don't know, at least. So it's embedded somehow, maybe in this device. It's integrated or, built in, some form or fashion. I don't know how exactly they do this, how they're supposed to accomplish it. And it sends this frequency out somehow, and it is supposed to help you be more in tune or something like that. I don't know. And if you think about it, I think the world, the earth, vibrates as well. So maybe there is something to it. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm not too sure about anything I'm going to be talking about, but it's because I didn't study any of this, right? I didn't study it, so who the fuck am I to open my mouth about it?
It's the right time to review shit.
I'm not, just because I buy this shit, if I buy a cell phone, I'm not gonna fucking learn everything about electronics, right? Or about that phone, like the camera. I mean, there's some nuts out there that do, oh, this is a 2.5. It's like, I don't give a shit. How do the pictures look? This is basically it. No one fucking cares about all that when they buy their iPhone or whatever it is, right? So anyway, I never studied any of this, and I'm just going to assume if your own frequency is off a little bit or is altered somehow, this device will attempt maybe to get it back on track and help it stay there maybe, or make it stronger, something like that. I don't know. And you might hear a lot of, I don't know, maybe something like that, because there isn't, so much out there. Again, I didn't dig into, hours and hours of articles and scientific studies on this, and their website on this, it's very limited information on there, and basically everything that I'm going to deliver right now is what I feel is the most that I can get from their website. Okay, I'll just take your word for it, basically. So I'm not exactly sure if the frequency you resonate at could even be thrown off if if we are resonating, or if anything resonates, whatever. I'm not sure if it could be thrown. I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? The whole tuning fork idea, right? And so maybe this just makes it stronger, and that might help. That might be something on its own, considering that there's so much going on nowadays. I mean, most of us aren't living in a forest, far away from any disturbances like electrical posts, cables, planes, cars, traffic, artificial light, and sound, so much sound and technology all over the place. So I don't know, maybe, I have no idea about this, but all of that type of stuff could be drowning out maybe the resonance, inside, I guess, or whatever you're resonating in, and you just don't feel, I guess, grounded or connected to anything anymore. If you are supposed to feel that way, again, sometimes some of this stuff feels like some hippie shit. I really don't get it. And normally I'm just, even me explaining this right now, I'm just like, that all sounds like bullshit, but whatever. I believe it's supposed to help you or support that you feel calmer, happier, more relaxed. Therefore, obviously, I mean, you could probably think clearer, and maybe it gives you more energy. Some people have reported, this is not me, but other people have said it, and I don't know if they have records of this, but they said they have more vitality or creativity, resilience, whatever I don't know how they really go about, telling if. But anyway, focus, awareness, joy, higher productivity, cognitive function, dynamic potential, satisfaction, consciousness, more in sync at work and play, getting in the zone when it counts, and being more personally integrated and in tune with others. So, I don't know, just hearing that, you're just like, who the fuck came up with this? No one said that, I feel more in the zone. But moving on. These are supposed to be programmed with an array of natural frequencies that subtly and effectively interact and support the human energy system. Similar to the energizing, healthy experience that we feel in nature while meditating or participating in other self-balancing, restorative activities. That sounds like bullshit. It really does. Reading this, from their site, kind of makes me feel like you really fucking bought this. But anyway, they also state that scientific research has consistently demonstrated that using cooling products can improve the body's positive response in the presence of EMF. Okay, well. If you're like many out there and are concerned about EMF, that's electromagnetic fields, this may be of some interest to you. Although they do mention that 5G is basically like, it's a whole other ball game compared to like what we have been dealing with, I guess. And they haven't really looked into that. So, I guess studies haven't been done. So keep that in mind. Nowadays we are living in a 5G world, okay? And it's soon to be 6G. So I'm pretty excited about that, I guess. However, there has been, there is some studies out there with some of these cooling products, and I guess testing it with mobile phones. I think I've seen one on like their higher end device on PubMed. There's some kind of study on there, and they said it did work with whatever the hell they were testing it. Like, I guess like people on the phone, they're able to like concentrate more. Some I don't even know. Just if you are interested in that, it's out there, right? At the center of all cooling products is the proprietary crystalline core, which is what they refer to as SRT. And this is something like I should have thought about before I purchased it, because if you go on eBay and you look up, like, if you search for like something like natural to keep you calm or something like that, or for stress, there's a bunch of nuts out there that have all these different kind of rocks and shit like that, and they're just like, this is to help you feel more centered, this is to help bring happiness into your life. It's like, really? You get happy with like a fucking little rock? But whatever. So if I would have known that, if I would have thought about it a little more, I would have been like, maybe not. But this SRT is supposed to reinforce the body's resonance, with this resonance stuff again. So returning it to a clearer and more balanced natural state. Cooling products are supposed to be programmed with an array of natural frequencies that resonate with the body's natural energy frequencies. So whatever. They say that SRT has demonstrated its effectiveness in a wide range of experiments and research, including trials at UC Irvine, University of Vienna, and Imperial College London, all of which demonstrated significant effects on living systems. Cooling right dirt. There is something on their site that definitely trips my bullshit detector in the Q&A that they mentioned. Now, if that other, crystalline thing and their internal structure and celebrities wearing it, if that wasn't enough. But they mentioned, or, in one of those FAQs, or something, I don't remember exactly all, but this stood out to me. Our research has shown that cooling continues to work even when or if you can't feel it. That kind of makes me feel... Are you writing a fucking book over there? I don't know what she's doing over there. Anyway, but she's supposed to be writing notes.
I have.
Yeah, but you're just scribbling your name again and again and again and again. Why do girls do that shit? But anyway.
Shut up.
So yeah, it stood out. One of the frequently asked questions, I guess part of their answer was, our research has shown that cooling continues to work even when or if you can't feel it. And I'm just like, really? Isn't that like I could sell you a fucking rock, right? I could sell you a rock and be like, trust me, my research, these studies that I've done and conducted these little, whatever the hell, if you keep that rock in your pocket, that little stone, that little pebble,
but
you're gonna live
forever.
Yeah, you're gonna live, until really, ripe old age or some shit like that. Yeah, I could tell you a ton of things. Hey, this will really keep you healthy. Just like, the whole thing going around in the news, something like that. Get this shot. And it'll protect you. And then later on, people are like, still got sick, and they're like, yeah, but can you imagine if you didn't have the shot? It's like, so yeah, I could say that shit. Here's a rock. Give me, $300. Keep it in your pocket, and things will just work out. So anything like good that happens to you, you could attribute it to that and be like, hey, if it wasn't for this, who knows? Or the rock that I'm giving an example, but I don't know. However, they do say that many people notice a change almost immediately after not using it. So basically, they're trying to say, like, even if you don't know this isn't working, That came out wrong. Even if you don't know that this is working. Wow, everything about this video just spells like bullshit. I might as well get a big like banner here. This is bullshit. We should do that. Even if you don't know that it is, like beneficial for you and working, you'll surely find out once. So even if you don't know that this is actually having like positive effects, once you stop using it, that's when people really know that, oh yeah, it was working. But this I will be sure to test one day. I haven't unplugged it yet for an extended period of time. But again, they do say that these people notice immediately after not using it. So there has been times that I've unplugged this shit, right? And I didn't once I unplugged it, heard a noise. That's the shield going down. Okay. I haven't noticed anything like that. So I call bullshit, but that's her plugging it back in. I guess. I don't know. So we will try to review that one day. I'll probably unplug it for a few days, and whatever comes of that, we'll probably do like a little update to this. If we are still doing, just kind of got that out of the way. I grew up seeing these infomercials about Q-Link, and always thought to myself that looks kind of dumb. You see like old people golfing and shit. It would be nice if it actually does what they do, what they say. Does what they say it does. But, I don't know. But it kind of looks like bullshit. But I'm always up to try things and interested in different things and just testing things, whatever. So I thought maybe one day I'd like to try it. It was always kind of pricey though. As a kid, I didn't have money for shit, so I wasn't gonna go to my parents. Like, can you give me that? I think I probably did ask him for it. Because as you can see, the fact that we have this, I'm kind of like that guy that believes everything that everyone fucking says. I mean, I do have a pretty good bullshit detector, but I'll walk away thinking to myself, but what if? Right? Like fucking magic beans, but what if? So I always want to test it for myself, right? That's I'm that kind of guy. I want to test shit. It's like the curiosity, right? I just you never know. You'll think to yourself one day, right? Someone's like, I'll sell you a car that runs on fucking water, and you're gonna be like, bullshit. I'm not gonna believe that. But there's fucking cars that like there is shit like that. Years ago, someone fucking came out with that. But of course, why would they let any of that fucking information out? Because then think of how many people with so much money, like a ton of money, that would do whatever they that's their livelihood right there. Do whatever they can to make sure that shit didn't come out, right? So anyway. When I got older, I thought, whatever happened to that company? And, I was seeing infomercials about this, and I haven't seen regular TV. I haven't watched regular TV in years. And if I do, it's like when you're going to get a fucking oil change or something like that, and they have the TV on, you're like, oh shit, how the fuck are they TV still fucking exists? For me, for me, it's like that because I watch movies, shows, and stuff like that. Streaming stuff or downloading stuff. But regular TV, when I see a commercial. When they go to commercial break or something, I'm like, what the fuck? It feels like I was I fucking teleported, or what's that shit? I got beamed back in fucking time or something like that. It's so foreign to me right now. I'm not used to it. So having not watched TV in so many years, I haven't especially infomercials. I haven't really seen or heard of anything about them for a while, but I'm gonna make another comment though. Sometimes my dad was watching TV downstairs. I forgot about that, that feature on the television. And sometimes he's watching TV and shit like that, and I'm like, I think before, right, when we used to go shopping, when we come home late as fuck at night, the TV would be on because he was watching it, and we were watching infomercials there, I think. Okay, so. I never really took the time to sit down and look into them, when I got older. But I might have checked them out online and seen that they were still too expensive for me and not convincing. Not convincing enough to spend the money on. So I kind of passed on it. Before. But I know you're gonna say like my wife's been talking shit right now, and I know you're gonna say well, why do you have it there? obviously it didn't fucking like float here, you know, free of charge. But I'll explain. What the fuck? Where did I? Sorry about that. Where did I come up with that? Anyway, let me explain. I'll explain. I don't know. I went retarded there for a minute. So I'll explain what caused me to look into Q-Link again. If you do watch any of our videos, you might have heard me mention, if anyone is actually watching any of our videos, that I might have like some kind of, you know, maybe anxiety or something, shit going on that's causing a lot of problems for me. I've always been one of those types that I don't like to go to the doctor for anything. But this was so bad that I was actually, I was like happy to go to the doctor to find out what the hell was going on. It felt like a switch. Something that it's just so, you know, noticeable. Like basically you come into a room, dark, flip on the light switch, it's like you instantly know lights on. So when I felt this like I woke up and I felt this one day, I'm like, something is very wrong with me. I don't know what it is, but something's going on. Like I could feel it. It was day and night. I've always been one to like think about everything all the time. Always want to think, always love thinking, like problem solving and stuff like that. Loving like using my mind, my brain. And when this happened, it was just like I wasn't able to think at all. It was difficult to think and maintain my focus, like feeling kind of dizzy. And I would always feel better if I was laying down. And now that's the thing, like if I said that like to my, you know, to my dad, like, hey, something's wrong with me, man, I don't know what's going on. But you know, when I'm laying down, I feel okay. You're a fucking lazy ass. That's why you just want to fucking lay down all day. But that's not the thing, because sometimes I get uncomfortable when I'm laying down all day. So, you know, you got to roll over on your side, and then that's still not cutting it. So you get up and you try to sit, and you're just like, oh, my back hurts, I'm going to lay back down. So it becomes this whole thing. So anyway, I like to think, you know, I love thinking about everything. You know, if someone brought up like the flat earth theory, love thinking about it. I'll spend like 2 days straight online researching that. But after this, things kind of changed, like big. So like I said, I really noticed it. This is what led me to believe that maybe due to like always overthinking things, maybe I kind of caused this issue. Like I fell into a trap, because I say this because like around the time there's like some stuff going on with my wife, like medical issues. I was always thinking about this, and it was just causing me so much stress. And for me, I always think the worst. And I always say that, like, for me, I think the worst, but I think as like a human being, of course, you know, you focus on the negative, right? I mean, you're not supposed to, but of course. You don't overthink shit. Like when you're happy and you have like a lot of money and shit like that, you're able to buy whatever the fuck you want. You're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy. But if life fucking sucks, like you're gonna be like the most miserable motherfucker, focusing on like why it sucks or whatever, you know. But whatever. So there was a lot going on, and I was overthinking it, thinking the worst, and worrying so much. So I felt like it was around that time, so that might have caused that problem in my head, in my mind, in my brain. It was like this. I was as scared as I've ever felt in my life around that time. Like I was really worried about it, and maybe some shit got fried up in my noggin. So I don't know if it was that. Doctors don't know, you know, the ones that I talked to. So years of that, dealing with this, like I told you, like the dizziness and not being able to think, stuff like that. I was looking online for anything that might help. I tried a ton of supplements, you know, to try to calm me down, because, you know, maybe it was anxiety, I don't know. And eventually I stumbled across, like, you know, devices like this, things like this. And I thought that they had some interesting things to say about these Q-Link devices. But I think the biggest thing that led me to purchasing this was just like desperation. I said I've tried so many things, so I'm just going to try this, you know. And for me, you know, if it did help even fucking, you know, 50%, you know, 40%, 20%, you know, maybe it'd be worth it, you know. So yeah, I said, let's try it. Now, how I am, if I'm getting anything for me, like, let's just say I discover like a supplement, right? I'm taking some pills and they're really helpful for me. I want everybody around me that I care about to experience the same thing, have the same benefits. So it's like if I'm taking this magic pill, I'm like, of course I want my wife to have it, of course, and my mom, my dad, hey guys, try this, So these Q-Link things, they're around $100, okay? So just for me and my wife, that'd be $200. These Q-Link, like some of the lowest price stuff they had before, it's like their necklace, that was like the standard for like a long time. That is $100 each. So if it was for me and her, that's $200 right there. And like I said, maybe just because like how they made us, how they always connected like Q-Link with like old people. You see them like power walking and shit like that, like playing tennis. So they have all this fucking energy now and everything like that. They really, promoted it like that. And so I thought, of course, naturally, hey, I want my mom to have one too. So that'd be $300. I seen that they had some of these home units or like they call it like Q-Link like space or some shit like that. Like I guess in your space, like this will work in like your space, little space, big space, like a room or an office, whatever. And I believe this one was around $250. And for me, that made more sense.
We bought that for $250.
Yeah, keep scribbling on your notebook over there. So anyway.
Are you serious? $250?
Keep scribbling on your notebook over there. Keep writing your name and stuff.
Kidding me?
What else? So the only thing that sucks about this unit is like considering they're saying this is like for your home or living space or office or like a space, right? It's supposed to stay in that fucking area. That's why it's like I feel weird saying this. That's why I have to like elaborate on it. Like this is for like a room or like a house, basically. Okay. So what sucks about this type of unit is like, okay, if I go outside or if I'm going to the store, if I'm like usually I'm with my wife, so if we go out, we're not getting the benefits of this. I'm not gonna normally, but I'm a fucking nut, so I do. I'm not gonna like carry this in my fucking pocket with me, right?
You did, William.
I did, and that's why I said normally people wouldn't, or normally I wouldn't, but because I'm a fucking psychopath and I'm just like, I really, really want this to work, and it doesn't. So I'm gonna carry it around with me in my fucking pocket and wish for the best. Just hope for the best. But whatever. So yeah, once you leave that area, the force field, that sounds like what? It takes her a while to kind of pick up on what I'm talking about. What does it sound like? The force field, energy field. Oh my god!
I don't know.
Wow, it takes her so long to catch on. Okay, so that was the broken Q-Link that you found in a dumpster or something. I don't know what kind of sound effect that was, but yeah, if we would leave, we would be out of that like protection or that frequency area or whatever the hell it is, that resonating. So yeah, you would have to carry it with you, and if you're only maybe if you want like a really strong one or whatever, that's not an issue. Like I said, I plugged it with this. I plugged it into this, so yeah, you can, I guess, carry this like in a backpack or something. But one day you're gonna pull it out of your backpack and that USB is gonna like be broken and shit. So, but I said, you know what? At least it's something, right? You get this, and it's for everybody, not just one person, two people, two purples. It's not a one person, two person device or whatever, benefiting only a couple people. This is going to be the home unit, and we're here all the time. We're sleeping, so if there's any benefits, everyone gets benefits instead of just spending more money for. And again, this is just a test, so testing it out. Everyone can see if any of us feel anything with this thing. So this Stratus isn't their biggest unit as far as like the area that it covers. This is 45 feet. I think they have one that goes up to like 70. That's an omnidirectional field, force field, 45 feet all around the unit. Okay, so that field of protection, 45 feet out. So for me, it was like, okay, well, if I plug it in to the right place, everyone's going to be getting an effect. My wife and me, but also my mom and my dad. If I plug it in the right spot, because 45 feet is kind of big. So even like if you plug it in like a certain bedroom, even your fucking neighbors, depending on your living situation, right? How everything is around you. Even your neighbors could get some benefits from this, 40 feet, 70 feet out if you are using this at home. So that made more sense to me. So I said, why not try it? And it took a while to get here, maybe a couple weeks. All the while I was thinking to myself how my wife just reacted, like $250. I just basically threw $250 out the fucking window. But they had a guarantee on it, and that's, I think, how I sold it to my wife. Like, there's a guarantee on it, a 90-day guarantee. So
How many days do you have left?
there's no more days, but that was something to at least think about, to make me feel a little bit better about dropping that kind of money on this shit. So I said, I'm going to give it some time, right? Before I purchased this, I did do a lot of searching, see if I could find anything out about this. Okay. So before I purchased it, I did do some searching around, trying to get any input that I could on this. And you can't find anything, like, for the most part. There's very little information about this out there. But there was one fella on YouTube, and he's like an electrician. He's kind of popular. His channel, I think he's like an electrician. I don't know. And he like explains shit, looks into shit, like, like, I guess in this case, like debunking it, or explaining some stuff to people because, he has knowledge in that sort of stuff. So, seemed like he knows what he's talking about. And what I liked about it is, like, he was skeptical about it initially. So he tested it. And like I said, it seems like he was going to call bullshit on it, but it seems like it surprised him, and it made him feel, more calm. When he bought the necklace, and when he was out, like, in the city, which is kind of like, you might feel a little like overwhelmed with so much shit, like a lot of cars and fucking billboards and, people yelling and, psychopaths and shit like that, a lot of stuff. So this helped him feel calmer when he was out in those type of areas. So I was thinking to myself, when he said that, I was just like, hey, calm. That might be what I'm looking for, like, to calm my ass down. So I said to myself, sounds good, we'll get it. But I think he said it took him maybe like 2 weeks to a month or some shit like that. 2 or 3 weeks maybe, I don't know. But I wanted to give ours the benefit of the doubt, so I said I'll give it 2 months, 3 months. I mean, this was a big purchase, and it was for an important reason in my book. I was just thinking, like, I really, really hope this works. So, wah. After trying it, it's already been maybe like 4 or 5 months, and yeah, I would say it's been anywhere from like 4 months maybe. And I gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed. But again, this is just me, right? And I would ask my wife what she thought about it, but she really has nothing to say about anything. I mean, I'm not just talking shit. She just doesn't pay attention to much, and she just really never has anything to say. As you can tell in these videos, I try to tell her, like, come on, talk, say something, but I also don't want to give her an opportunity to talk more shit since she's already been talking shit. So moving on.
Yeah, you purchased $250.
All right, so I have to say, honestly, I really didn't notice anything at all with this.
Really?
But again, they said people don't notice it's working until they stop using it. Yeah, until they like give the fucking unit back, and they're just like, yeah, I feel better that I have that fucking money back in my pocket. I don't know. I don't know where that
Can
came.
we return this?
So I could say this too, and this is just like one of those, like, okay, I have nothing else to say, but like everybody is different, right? People are more sensitive. Like, I'll give you an example of this, like, everybody is different kind of thing. I used to use a lot of Bluetooth and headsets, right? Those like earpieces, those Bluetooth, so you connect to one ear and shit like that, and you walk around and talk all day. So I used to use that all the time, but you see, my dad, he said, like, he tried it. Which this is like the like one of the best things you're ever gonna fucking hear in any of our videos, or probably anyone else's video. So he told me, he's like, yeah, I can't use Bluetooth. It gives me a fucking terrible headache. I mean, and I heard some people, like doctors or scientists, talking about this, like, before, and they said that shit's really, really bad, the fucking radiation. Well, guess who I got my first fucking Bluetooth device from? My first Bluetooth headset was from my dad. And I'm thinking to myself, now I know why he fucking gave it to me. Because he was like, the radiation is bad, it gives me a fucking headache, something like that. And he's just like, here, son. I'm like, what? Like, growing up, like, even he said it, like, I didn't catch it until I started thinking about it, like, a while after. I'm just like, I can't believe this shit. Like, he gave me his fucking Bluetooth devices after saying, like, yeah, all these doctors and scientists said a ton of radiation with that. And he's like, well, I noticed when I was using it, I got really bad headaches. I'm just like, hey, thanks, Dad. Maybe I'm going through more than other people, like that guy on YouTube. So maybe that's why I just have more shit on my mind that I can't really, like, notice if it's having an effect. I gotta remain realistic, and I can't expect it to work wonders, you know, and like cure everything. If I break my leg, come on. Like if I break my fucking leg, like this isn't gonna fucking help me. And I didn't expect it to work wonders. Like, in fact, I was kind of like hopeful, but doubtful at the same time, like that it would do anything. Yeah, I hope for the best, but it's just like I already don't think it's gonna do anything, just because like I know how things usually work out. But to not notice anything at all with this, it's kind of like, I don't know what to say. I can't. And that's the thing, is like I try to pay attention to everything, but yeah, like my mind, like the calmness, and for the most part, I can't say that I felt more relaxed or happier, or if I know, you know, nothing different, you know, that I could see or feel. To be honest with you, now that it's gotten to this point, I do feel like things have changed as far as that, like, anxiety feeling, or feeling dizzy, or like, you know, frazzled, as some, you know, jackasses say, you know. But is that just because I'm getting used to this shit, or something inside is, you know, changing on its own, like of my fucking, you know, who knows, like blood pressure or something like that, even though the doctor said they didn't find anything. But, you know, who knows? There could be something wrong in my damn brain that, you know, over time, yeah, it's maybe gotten better, and maybe it's gotten worse, but it just feels better. I don't know. Will I return it? No, at least not yet. However, it's already past the whole, like, warranty thing, so that's, like, out the fucking window, too. So, would I return it? No. Basically, would I? There's that one more test that we're going to do with this. Unplugging it, turning it off to see if we find out that there is, like, a difference for a few days being without it. And if we do try this without, you know, if we, you know, trying it with and without enough times, and if we see zero difference, maybe just leave it, like, unplugged. I mean, maybe leave it plugged in. I mean, we paid for it. Just let it go until it dies, or just throw it in a drawer or some shit like that. Maybe just, like, not use it anymore. All of this is just my experience and my opinion. I can't say that you shouldn't try it or waste your time or money on it. You know, I cannot say that it will or, you know, won't be worth it for you. Everyone is different, and it's different environment for everybody, you know. And the way I see it, because where we're using it here, and we're not wearing it all day, you know, that might be the reason for, like, a different experience. You know, that, like I said, that guy, he bought the necklace, you know, the one on YouTube, and this isn't the necklace, obviously, so. And, you know, they also sell, like, this little adhesive sticker type of, you guys might notice that they said it's supposed to help with, like, radiation, or the, you know, RF, like, radio frequencies. I don't know what the hell, you know, you stick it on your laptop or your phones. Nowadays, everyone's with a phone. So you might see some of those on on eBay or Amazon, and you just stick it to the back of the phone or something. It's supposed to help with a lot of stuff that, like, you know, the negative effects from all these devices is supposed to, like, fix the waves or something like that, the frequencies, that way it doesn't affect us negatively. And if you see any of those, they usually just look like some kind of bullshit flat, like, kitty sticker. Some pop out a little bit, like they have, like, you know, like there's a little more to the sticker, right? They're, like, thicker. But their devices actually look pretty nice. I mean, they look kind of, they're clear, and then you can see some, like, copper coil inside, like, copper wiring. So, I mean, at least, right? It's not just a basic flat sticker on there that looks like you got it from, like, your, you know, 5-year-old. But, yeah, they look better. And, so, I mean, it seems like they do put a little more effort, you know, into, I mean, they are selling it at a higher price, but, you know, that is available as well from them. And, that might help too. I don't know. For now, I'd say just, like, look into it if you are considering something like this. And like, again, there's not that much out there. But maybe if you like reading all these scientific studies, maybe that'll help you. do your own research, and maybe with time others will come forward too, and more research will come out, and it'll say this or that, or prove this or that. Maybe even if you can't feel it, it is doing something. Who knows? So, yeah, Q-Link, Stratus, 200 and, whatever. So if you did watch, thanks for watching, and we have a lot of other videos that we do, so if you're into, how we do things here, go ahead and check them out if you want. Thanks for watching. Take care.